Hi guys, welcome to Music Business Today, where we bring you the latest music business news.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Whiz Kalifa, some more info on what's going on with Thom Yorke and that whole Spotify deal, and a little Full House reunion for everyone, so stick around.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by softlayer.com. We love Softlayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at softlayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Hi guys, welcome back to Music Business Today. I am Kane Harrison.
And I am Hannah Renee, and today we're starting off with Whiz Kalifa. He has actually collaborated with Converse to come out with his own line of Converses. Those are set to come out in August, which is kind of fun. Like, you know, anyone who's ever seen him perform knows, like, this guy always wears Converses.
On and off the stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, it seems very fitting to me that he would be coming out with his own line of Converses.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think that a lot of people align themselves with fragrances that gets done to death, certain clothing lines and stuff like that, but just the simple Chuck Taylors, I think, is really cool.
What a great idea.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a blank canvas to be able to do whatever you want on, because they're kind of usually fairly plain looking, and so...
And he can wear them on stage, and...
Yeah, I mean, they're going to make a packet out of it, which is absolutely fantastic.
Of course.
A nice little marketing ploy, I would say. Let's move on to Tina Turner, the rock icon. She has, of course, been hiding out in Switzerland for some time. Hiding out, maybe not so much. But she's escaped to Switzerland for the last 20 or so years, and she's obviously fallen madly in love with a German by the name of Erwin Bach. And they had a civil ceremony on Thursday.
They got married.
To get married, and very, very quiet. They just had some friends. Well, they had some pretty major friends. I think Oprah and the likes.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so she's obviously been out there, escaped. A lot of musicians, a lot of actors, a lot of people like that in the spotlight escaped there. Because
something that kind of community, if you think about it, it's kind of similar to the Nashville community, where you can be, a star and walk around and people are just like, oh yeah, that sounds so cool, whatever. Like that's kind of the mentality over there as well. So I think that's probably part of why she's taken up camp there for
I think so many people did, because obviously, I mean, they have a lot of free trade and stuff like that, which then a lot of wealthy people flock there. And I think if you're all kind of on the same level, you kind of don't really care about what the haves and the have-nots aren't so great.
That's probably really true.
She is 73 years old. And
he's 56?
Yeah. What is that called, a saber tooth? When you go one up above a cougar?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's
Is that considered up above a cougar? What constitutes a cougar?
Well, a cougar's like 45 to 50, I guess, who has the younger man.
But like how much younger?
Like 10 years, I'd say. I'm just throwing it out there. But I think then when you go to the next level of age, you become a saber tooth. Is that right?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm not a cougar myself. That would be really awkward.
Well, you're not old enough to be a cougar.
I know. I'm really not.
But needless to say that obviously she's incredibly happy, and she, I mean, she's had a tumultuous life, a brilliant career, but we all know the origins of her first marriage.
They've been dating for years now, so it's awesome that they finally, tied the knot. They're supposed to be having a ceremony. I think the rumor was at like her house, or at their house now, I guess.
I think very low key. There was just going to be a tiny little stage that was set up, and I imagine there'd be some pretty amazing people. As mentioned, I think Oprah. And a couple of other people. But she looks fantastic. I mean, there's a picture of her up here, and she looks obviously
great.
Had a little work done from time to time, but she still looks, like a dignified older woman. She doesn't look like plastic fantastic, which I think that
tends to happen a lot.
It does happen a lot. It happens a lot.
More is not always better.
No, more on the Spotify saga. What's going on?
More on this. So Thom Yorke everyone heard about the whole Spotify rebellion, him pulling, the music off of there. And now he's pledged allegiance to soundhalo, which is a really great little concept. They'll post videos and stuff from the actual concert, like right after the concert happens. And basically what he was saying is you see all these shaky videos, right after a concert that are just really poor quality. And so he wanted to provide something to the fans that kind of catered to them, gave them that experience that you want to be able to remember from the concert, except it's like actual good quality, good songs. And so that's actually been taking place in the UK. I think you can buy...
I think it's expensive.
Yeah, it's kind of pricey. Well, I mean, it's more than going on to iTunes.
Yeah, well,
it's
like,
I mean,
it's based in the UK, so everything's in euros, so they did some conversions, but it's $1.50 a track, which, I mean, doesn't sound too bad, but and it's
and it's video as well.
Yeah, but it's $15. That's right, it is video as well. But I think again, this is a brilliant idea. It's fantastic that they do it. We spoke earlier as well about some people trying to now, when you leave a concert, which I think is great, that you can buy a USB that has the concert downloaded directly off the mix deck. So as you walk out, you have it. Brilliant. Same principle, but I still think there's only going to be a certain amount of the audience that says, I'm going to pay $15 for something, as opposed to just watch it and
I feel like
shake
we
around
would
a
maybe
little
be
bit.
surprised as to how many people might do that, though. Because, I mean, I personally would rather be watching a nice quality video. Of a concert from memory, instead of like looking at my phone and being like, that's I think that's him right there.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that too. I think that we are a different type of consumer at the same time that sort of expects quality, and especially you being an actor. I mean, there's a certain integrity to it. The difficulty of that is now that we go to the movies or we go to wherever and we watch things that are filmed on a camcorder, and it drives people crazy. I know, but we're dealing with a target audience now that lives their lives that way, so they don't expect I
guess that's true. I mean,
it's just not the quality that we expect that we sort of grew up with.
But I think it's kind of cool, because I think of the idea of like, what if you can't afford the money to go to the concert, but you still kind of want that concert experience, and now you can pay $15, get the concert experience.
I think it's brilliant. They've always done it, not always, but I mean they've kind of always tried to release a live DVD of someone at some stage, and if you're a big fan, you can do that. I think that it's a really clever way to cash in on something that's already happening. And the part that I kind of struggle with is that they are saying, Spotify's doing this and we don't want to do this and we're retracting ourselves from this. They've just found another way into a market that no one else is quite doing yet. So
and Spotify has rebutted those remarks, about them being a backdoor way into the music industry, as they've kind of stood up for themselves, I guess.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I don't know if everyone is aware, of course, that when you stream music, like as in watch the YouTubes and the likes of that, obviously we know that we don't pay for that. The way that we pay for it is by having to put up with those terrible advertisements for the first 15 seconds that seem to be getting longer and longer and longer and longer, or pop-ups and things like that. And so that's how revenue is developed, and that's one of the big arguments with music companies and people like YouTube and the likes, is that how does the artist, take a piece of
the
that
artist,
pie?
and not even just the artist, like the writer, if there's a different songwriter, like
So it's really interesting. We've actually got, in one of the emerging artists that's coming up, we talked to Lisa Go, who is a local Nashville girl, and she wrote and recorded a song that Justin Bieber picked up, but only played it. He played it live, and it was streamed. So, you think that you get a Justin Bieber song recorded and it's, the life changes and everything else, but because it wasn't in physical sales and on an album or anything like that, she's definitely gained the popularity of having that happen, and it's fantastic that he's done that, but it just goes to show that the perception of people who aren't involved in the industry is that, she's hit the big time and away she goes.
Just assume that.
And it's just simply not. She just kind of gets the credit for someone like Justin Bieber singing it. So we have to try and work out, and I think that's what they're trying to do, how to bridge that gap so that everyone makes some money, because that's what they want to.
Well, and we'll talk about that in later episodes, I'm sure, about bridging that gap and how to market.
It seems to be a topic of every single music business today. It really is.
Well, that's kind of just a hot topic right now, anyways, 100%. Of figuring out how to navigate, this music industry and the changes that have taken place over the past decade. And I feel like we're only just now starting to catch up to that.
100%.
But Paul McCartney actually played a show this past weekend and was joined by three members of Nirvana, joined three members of Nirvana on stage. And they played, like a full set. They didn't play just one song together, and that's actually the first time that that's happened.
Yeah.
They've played together before, but only, like one song here, one song there.
Well, I mean, I think the original idea of this come from Dave Grohl made Sound City, which was a sort of an indie documentary about a Neve desk that was in the recording studio Sound City based in LA. And Nirvana actually recorded Nevermind in that studio on that, and so they just started to get people who had been involved and all that sort of thing, and then Dave Grohl actually released a CD that had all these other people on it who were involved with that desk. And somehow or another, I think Paul McCartney was, and he got asked to come on and play on that album, developed a relationship, and then away they went. I mean, Dave Grohl's always up to something. And,
of course.
I mean, Nirvana and Seattle are like, you know,
yeah,
peas and carrots.
Just throw in Paul McCartney in there.
Exactly right. So,
Got a
but they
good little
really
mix.
jammed it out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
They played for, I think they played like 5 or 6 songs towards the end of it. So
Yeah.
the people in Seattle would have.
They got a great show, I'm sure.
Did. And it is very few and far between when Dave Grohl and Dave, who is the bass player from Nirvana, Chris, sorry, who is the bass player from Nirvana, get together and play too. So they're
Yeah, that's true. So just the fact that it was 3, you know, of the members of Nirvana that were all together.
Yeah.
But
Well, the other one wasn't going to turn up, let's be honest.
this is true. Thank you for pointing that out.
So, a blast from the past.
Yes.
I want you to talk about this because you're incredibly excited. This is really cool.
I just thought, well, okay, I grew up watching Full House. I know, like, all the, you know, 80s kids kind of did, I think. And so this just made me really excited when I read this. But Jesse and the Rippers actually reunited on Fallon, played a set as Jesse and the Rippers.
It's pretty cool.
Which is so fun. And Fallon kind of has this thing for trying to pull back, you know, these nostalgic things, like reuniting people. I think he's bringing Cosby on the show sometime soon. You know, so they played a set. You know, this band from Full House, the show, reunited and played as a real band.
Well, John Stamos, obviously.
Well, yeah.
He, who was the lead singer who played Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
But there's a picture of him and he's like done up in the
Oh
old
my gosh,
gear.
he
He's
looks
got-
like Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, he's done the hair completely different again. I guess his hair's so different now that he probably had to wear some extensions or something like that. But
I'm sure there was an awesome makeup artist backstage. There always is.
yeah, absolutely. And so Becky was the love, his girlfriend in the show, wasn't it? And she was
Yeah.
somehow involved. But she came running out on stage during the
Yeah, after the
performance.
show, and
a
Bob
few of the
Saget was there
the other
as
cast
well.
members and stuff like that. So, but Jimmy Fallon sort of just gets the right to do whatever he wants, it seems, on his show, which is kind of cool. But it's really cool that he does that.
That's just so fun.
So
I just love that.
yeah, it is. It's awesome. But we might stick a link up or something for you guys to be able to check that out. But that is all we have time for on Music Business today. Where can we be found, Hannah?
We can be found online on our website, talkapolis.com. You can also find us on our handy little phone app.
100%.
You can watch
Love it.
all the shows on there. You can find us and like us on Facebook. And feel free to email us if you guys want to hear something specific talked about, have any questions. We'd love to hear from you.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.